Relentless rain is causing havoc across far north Queensland, with major flooding leaving many communities completely isolated. Emergency services have made more than 250 assisted rescues overnight, with metres of rain recorded in some areas over the past week. These 9 people were forced onto the roof of a hospital in Wujal Wujal last night, a 7-year-old patient among them. Cairns has been hit by some of the worst flooding in decades. All flights have been cancelled at the airport after the tarmac was inundated by floodwaters, leaving some planes partially submerged.
People are stressed, worried, and they don't want to see any more water. But the word is it won't dissipate until around tomorrow. The system is heading north. That's not good news for the Douglas Shire because they've copped it big time as well. But we just hope that this system just goes away and heads over into the Gulf.
Major flooding levels were exceeded in river systems from the Daintree to Ingham as former tropical cyclone Jasper continues to unload on the far north. More than 800 millimetres of rain has been dumped into the Daintree River catchment in the past 24 hours and almost 600 millimetres over the Mossman River. Thousands remain without power as the downpour continues. Local, state and federal authorities are coordinating their response to one of the worst flooding events on record.
The situation right through the Cairns area and up in the Wujal Wujal areas is changing literally every 5 minutes. That we've still got heavy rain falling in that area. We're seeing dangerous flash flooding right across the region, and that'll continue today. We're expecting heavy rain to continue. So it's very important that everyone stays connected with our messaging, and if you don't need to be out of your house, please don't, not today.
Kylie Hanslow is the Chief Executive of the Wujal Wujal Aboriginal Shire Council and she joins me now. Kylie Hanslow, thank you so much for your time. I know it's a tricky morning there as you try to get out and assess some of the damage. What's the latest on the people who are stranded on the roof of the Wujal Wujal Hospital?
So the people are still on the roof of the Wujal Wujal Clinic. That's Vince. There's 9 people in total, I believe. The people there was 7 people on the roof of Kotza. They've got down. But those people on the clinic roof have been there all night. They've got one little boy with them as well, and he's sick too. So I think really we need to get those people some help. Apparently there's a chopper coming from Cairns, and they'll fuel up in Cooktown and then come and evac those people out. But it's bleak on the ground here in Wujal.
Yeah, so what more can you tell us about the condition of the people who are stranded on the roof of the clinic?
I can't get down to them to tell them to have a look at their condition. I think they'd be cold and they'd be wet and they'd be freezing. I think it would have been a very long night for them. So things are not looking good there. But you know, the water's come up in the town. It's gone over our depot. It came over the council building. It's come up through the shop. It's come up everywhere. The community is a sea still, and we expect the tide to come up again and make a lot of another rise at around about 2 o'clock when the high tide comes in or thereabouts. So we need people to move to higher ground at that time as well.
Yeah, we're just seeing some of the pictures that you were showing us just before we came to where of the town and just how high the water is in some parts. These are some of the areas that are a bit clear. What else can you tell us about that chopper that's coming from Cairns? When will it arrive?
Hopefully sooner rather than later, because we need to get those people off. I just know that people are in a desperate way now, and they need to be evacuated. They also need to get off the clinic. People need to get, and the little patient, he's a 7-year-old boy. They need to get him off the roof and get him warm again, and just to care for people a little bit. So I'm hoping it comes sooner rather than later.
Yes. So we can see on the screen there now just where the area of Wujal Wujal is flooded. How quickly did those waters come up, and did they come up overnight, in the middle of the night?
Oh, it rose about 5 metres in a period of only about maybe 10, 15 minutes, if that. Um, so it was pretty intense. The water rise was pretty huge and very quick, and people were just moving up and moving up and moving up and going from house to house to house. And when that one flooded, we moved again, and it was a case of just and see what you're seeing now. That's our depot underwater. It came up over the top. But yeah, it's underwater. All our machinery is underwater. Our car's underwater. It's just a sea of dirty water and mud. Those people over the side there, they were the people that were on their roof earlier. The water's come down enough for them to get off. But the people further down that we can't get to are the people at the clinic. There's also crocodiles swimming around in that water now because the crocs want to find the nice, calmer water than the rushing river water. And what you're seeing there, that sea, it's on all sides of the community. It's like that on every side.
But what have you?
Our art centre's full, our cafes inundated, our cafes inundated. I can't get to them. To take photos because they're under the water. I'll probably get washed away trying to do that.
So that high tide comes in at 2:00 this afternoon, local time. Is that right?
Or thereabout.
Yeah. So
I think that's what.
So you need assistance and help before that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, and how are authorities responding to those calls for help?
Everyone's doing the best that they can. They couldn't land. They could bring a chopper in last night. It's just too dangerous, and they couldn't bring a swift water rescue boat up the river because of the huge torrent of water, and also nighttime. They would have been putting their life at risk as well. So they're going to do that today. They're bringing that chopper in as soon as they can. They're also talking about bringing a Chinook in, and I'm hoping that they actually do that because there's a lot of people that want to get out before the water comes back again later today. And also the water will come back again on the high tide tonight too. So we need to get people up to higher ground and also ready to evacuate as soon as they can.
For people who might not be aware, Wujal Wujal is north of Port Douglas. It bore the brunt of Tropical Cyclone Jasper when it hit last week. There's about a community of 300 people there. How are they holding up with all of this rain that has fallen? Apart from the areas that have been cut off, how is the rest of the community doing?
Well, that's the best thing about our Wujal Wujal community is because everyone works together. And so I think, we're holding up a lot better than many other communities would. People work together, people want to help each other out, people are there for each other, people are making sure other people are safe, they're really looking out for each other, and that's what you do in a really good community, and we've got that in Wujal. So I think our positivity is there. Yeah, we have a massive clean-up effort and massive recovery, and we've got to get people to safety first. But I think that, people's love for each other and their care and really genuine support of each other will help to bring the community through. And we're all going to stick in there together we're going to stick in there together and get through this together. And we're going to come out the other side.
Okay, Kylie Hanslow, I know that you're getting a lot of calls coming through, a lot of people probably wanting to get in touch with you and find out what's going on. So we really appreciate you giving us the update, and we wish your community all the best, and hopefully that aid is coming very soon.
Thank you. We hope so too.